Yes, everybody. How's everyone doing today? Eagle Talks Football. We are back again with another video. I just want to say big up everyone in the comment section. Do me a favor. Please do hit that like button. Please do hit that subscribe button while you guys are here. It helps out the channel massively. You guys don't understand how much it helps out the channel. Every single one of you guys that hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It does help the channel out massively. So please do that right now as you guys can help out the channel. And of course, just so that you guys know, I got my boys with me today. Football locker room. I got M in the building. M's a Man United fan, of course. We got Bridge Nation in the house, who's a Chelsea fan. You can see the Chelsea kit in the background and the smile as his team just won with their biggest scoreline in years. What was the scoreline?
8-0. We won 8-0 quite recently, if I'm not mistaken.
When was the last time you beat somebody 8-0, bro?
Probably, 3 years ago, if I'm not mistaken? Probably
you're overhyping it. There's no way I've seen you beat somebody 8-0 recently.
I'm not gonna, to be honest, man. Again, I'm not sure if I want to be overhyping being Noah FC. Like, it's Noah. Like,
I was gonna say, who is Noah FC? Like,
that's exactly like
you beat Noah's Ark.
That's what I was gonna say. They're building. Oh, if I didn't want to go.
Like currently, if I'm not mistaken,
if
I'm not mistaken, that fourth in the Armenian league. So it's like no big deal, man.
I've never heard of them, but fair enough. Let's get into it though. What happened in that game? How did you win 8-0, bro? The fuck?
The opposition wasn't good, and we just used our C team to take advantage of that. Pretty much it.
Was it that? Was it easy? Like, was it cutting a knife through butter? You're at home. You just take no.
Really easy. I'll be honest, bro. It was really the goals. If you look at the goals we scored, very easy, very simple. We just pressed them. Goal. We just passed through them. Goal. It was not really that hard, honestly.
Do you think this is a positive or a negative going into the big game in the weekend? Do you think it will give you guys a lot of confidence, or do you think it could be a situation where it's like this is not really even a test, and it's just like?
I don't really think it affects the game on Sunday because the guys that are going to play on Sunday didn't even play. They didn't even come off the bench.
Wait, none of them played?
None of them played.
Who played in this game? Joao, Felix, and Nkunku, that's it?
So obviously it was
Diaz, Fernandez.
Yeah. So it was Gui,
Modric,
Joao, Felix, Nkunku, Tariq George, big up to him. Was it called? The other side was Modric. Enzo Vega. He's actually really good. I think he got an assist in this game too. He's a very young lad, 17, 18 years old, and he was cooking, man. I'll be honest. Big up to him, man. But again, as I said to you before, bro, none of our starters started this game.
All right, fair enough. What about you, your team played today. What happened with Man United? Quick update.
Probably easy win, to be honest. I didn't really watch the full game, but I watched some of the highlights. Ahmad scored 2 goals. One of his goals were an absolute banger.
Oh, that must have been a FU to Ten Hag.
Yeah. It's beautiful to see. So Ahmad scored. I think Mazraoui was probably an outstanding performer again. But like Ahmed said, there's not really much to go off, man. Easy win, got the job done, and then we move, man.
Do you think Ahmad should be starting majority games for you guys going forward?
I think so. We just look so much better when he plays. Like on the ball, we just look so much better. It's just much different to have Ahmad on that right instead of having someone like Garnacho or Rashford always cutting in. But I just think Ahmad offers so much more to them off the right.
What do you think of the video of Garnacho with what do you call it, Faz? Do you think that was uncalled for, or do you think he's right in calling out players to their face is not a problem?
What did he say to him? What did he call him up to his face?
He basically said, "Try to score today. Try to be good today. Try to improve your first touch." And then as he was signing kids stuff on this before the game, I think.
At the time and place, bro.
Yeah.
It's a go. I'm gonna ask you that question. Like, ask you guys that question. Is it the time or place here to be where clearly I don't know what from what you're telling me and from what I've seen, it seems like this is the place where the young kids go. That little line thing where all players make sometimes. Like you see in different states. Like, is that really the time or place from my point of view? and also B, it's also a fact that sometimes, you know, when you go into a stadium and you're going somewhere, bro, like sometimes, bro, you're going there to support. I get like you maybe if your team's losing 7-8 games continuously in a row, but this is like sometimes I usually feel like there's maybe a little bit of a time and a place for me. That's why I come from it at.
I think these players earn enough money. Do you know what I mean? And you should be able to take a bit of criticism. This happens all over. Like, bro, you go to Saturday League, yeah, and sometimes just if you're having a bad performance, you're getting cussed out from the other teams, coaches, and you know you.
But that's happening in the game, bro. But like this is not the game is not even started. He's signing stuff for kids. Do you want to be? I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
I think players have gone through much worse, man. I think telling a player.
I'm not saying you shouldn't cuss them out. I'm just saying.
Was it abuse? It wasn't abuse.
No, it wasn't abuse either. I'm making the point though. Was it the right place to be doing that? Where there's like he's doing some signings for kids. Like I don't really feel like if you want to do it somewhere else, like in the stadium, maybe if you just catch him with a bunch of random fans, that's fair enough. But like when there's like kids about, that's not really like the sort of thing I would be doing. Maybe that's me in it.
All right, what you saying, Rack? You there? Rock is getting himself sorted out. As Rock's getting sorted out, big up everyone in the comment section. A lot of people just making Noah Ark's jokes. What else is there?
That's why. Listen, again, we shouldn't be hyping up.
Soft. Fans are allowed to say what they want, and he did not abuse him. He did not raise his voice. That is true.
No, that is true. But I'm just saying, there's also a time and place. You can do whatever you want. You can say whatever you want. But like, I don't know if telling play, if giving him advice. Wow, he's signing stuff for kids. Is that good? You know what I mean?
But if you look at it, anything you say apart from anything positive is deemed negative.
I mean, but that's life, man. But again, like, I feel like, you know, if anything that's negative for me, if it's constructive, I don't really feel like that's a negative. That's actually a positive because at the very least, you're saying something's wrong, but like you're giving me the constructive criticism for me to improve upon. I always come back to my argument is just coming back to. Oh, should we be doing this? But we're signing stuff for kids. Because you know what happened after, right? Once he started doing this stuff, Garnacho just left the place completely. And then there's like kids, there's still kids there waiting that could have gotten more stuff signed for themselves.
See, fans ruined it for all the kids out there.
Yo,
he kind of ruined it for the kids. That's what I'm saying.
Is Palmer going to play versus Arsenal?
I have no idea, but you know what it is. Maybe just doing the pep jinx.
Yeah, big up.
I think it's mind game. I think there's no way Palmer misses that game.
That's why I said Pep mind games probably. That's what I was saying probably. But even if he doesn't start, I'll be honest, man. I think maybe in Nkunku somewhere or.
Wait, you're confident of beating us even without him?
I said my prediction is a draw. I don't know. I feel like this game's gonna be very similar to last year, in my personal opinion. But we drew against you. But I think it's gonna be a draw in my personal opinion. Probably like a 2-2. That's my take.
Chelsea just won 8-0, and my man's saying they're embarrassing. What's embarrassing of winning 8-0?
He's talking about
That's
because it's not 1 He's talking about imagine spending 1.5 billion and play Conference League. Well, skills. You might be playing Champions League and Europa League, but hey, I don't see you winning it. So have some shame.
I'm confused. What are we calling embarrassing? How is that embarrassing? What's embarrassing about it?
I think obviously 8-0 good result, but let's not forget who it's against.
That's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand. Like I just like again, like I don't know why like we're cooking Chelsea for just beating the team they're meant to be beating.
I just checked as well. Your starting lineup, you brought in a lot of like I said, I think no one. What maybe
that's what I was saying to you, bro. No one from our like starting lineup.
None of them. Yeah, none of them.
Exactly. So like it's like, bro, I'm saying like listen. But like, if you just want to take the Mikel Arteta, that's fair play. But like, at the end of the day, bro, we're in the Conference League. We have to do our job, which is to win. If we lose in the Conference League game, that's a shame on our club. That's like a stain on our club.
Speaking about lose, Tottenham lost 3-2 to Galatasaray.
That was mad. Yo,
you know what? I was gonna wait. Jay's actually coming.
Oh, we're gonna wait. Let's wait.
I was gonna wait for him. But yo, where's my man at? Rack, you there? Rack, I think he's there, but he's not. He's not saying anything.
Rack's doing no.
Beta's going to be joining us also. Rack, talk to me about Liverpool, man.
I'm celebrating, man.
Top of the Champions League.
I celebrate too much off camera. That's what it is.
Nah,
top of the
Champions
League, top of the Premier League. That's how we do it. Look at Ahmed there. Ahmed's like, Ahmed's twisting his neck. Look at him.
Is this the best you've seen Liverpool in like a couple of years since you won the league?
No. I mean, the year we were going for the quad where we won the Champions League. Not the Champions League. We won the FA Cup and and the Carabao Cup. That was a great year. I really enjoyed that year.
But you, dare I say, you look unstoppable right now.
I mean, look, I'm happy with where we are. Unstoppable is a big word, and I'm still a little bit hesitant, a little bit cautious. But the performance we put in against Leverkusen, certainly in the second half, we blew them away. We blew them away, and it was like typical Anfield. 1-2, got two goals up, and then the result was inevitable. It was just a question of how many. But we're playing well right now, and we're doing well. It wasn't that long ago where I thought we should have, especially with Arsenal when we played you at the Emirates, when you had those players go off. I think that was a prime opportunity for us to capitalise and actually go ahead and win the game. The game was there for the winning. Don't get me wrong, a draw away at the Emirates is a good result, absolutely. But we could have definitely won that game, and we didn't quite capitalise. But hey, new manager, kind of semi-new team, if you want to talk about in terms of philosophy, and we move top of the league, top of the Premier League. Couldn't really have gone much better. Ahmed, stop smiling. Stop smiling. I can see you. I can see you, Ahmed.
That was a great result, man. That 4-0 was a quality result. Listen,
look at Ahmed. Ahmed, Mr. Humble. Mr. Humble.
I'm a humble guy, man. You know, I'm keeping humble. We have to keep humble. We'll keep humble.
Oh, I love you, bro.
No, but like, I'll be honest, man. I feel like again, Luis Diaz. I feel like he's so. I personally am a big fan of his, but he's just like. At times, bro, he's so erratic. Like the game against Leverkusen, he was so good. It's like I just want to see that week in, week out from me. It must be frustrating as a Liverpool fan. Like it's like I just want to. You can do this stuff really well, but it's just like I want to see that from a week in, week out basis. That's all it is.
You know what it is. I think like with most football fans, if your team is winning, then you can look past certain things. And right now we're winning, so we can look past that. We can say, you know what? Sometimes we won't say this out in public, but we'll look past it and say, okay, maybe there's a bit of a ropey performance there, but we got the 3 points. We move. We got the 3
All
points
I can say is I can no longer say you haven't played.
When you start losing games or start drawing games, and you don't get that. Like last season, when it came to the critical time of the year, obviously Salah carried us for a significant portion of that. When it came to the business end of the season, that's when he started getting more criticism, I think. So yeah.
All I have to say is I'll put my hand up. I can no longer say you haven't played nobody. You played the German champs. You played Arsenal. You played Bournemouth, who beaten Man City and Arsenal. You've also beaten Brighton twice, I think, who got a draw versus us and looked really good right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if they even took points off Man City this upcoming weekend. So I just got to give you credit. As much as I look down on the beginning of your season, right now 10 games in, you guys look like the real deal. And we have been in this position before. We have seen Liverpool 7 points ahead and go on to win the league. We've seen Liverpool 7 points ahead and go on to slip up. What's going to happen this year? Honestly, I can't predict it at this point. It's still too early, but I still have some questions over some of your players. Luis Diaz right now is playing outstanding. And I just had a question about Luis Diaz. Can Luis Diaz keep this up? Is this him now? Or do you guys think he could end up dropping off again? And big up to everyone who's just joined us from Lee Judge's channel. Big up to Lee Judges and Dan Potts for the redirect. But yeah, guys, Luis Diaz, is he one of the best left wingers in the league? And also, do you guys think this is the way that he's playing, he can sustain this for the rest of the year?
Do you still hear what I said, Igal?
I heard what you said. I think that's why I'm asking the rest of the guys.
Oh, fair enough then. You can get some speak then.
Look, rest of the season is another 35, 40 games maybe, right? So it's a bit of a tricky one. But we've got a good forward line, right? Our 5 forwards are strong when they need to step up. So far, at least, they've stepped up. But the future is the future. We don't know. There was times at the end of last season where they didn't step up. So let's see. But I think with what he did the other day, we can't possibly have any complaints. We know that when he plays to his top level, he's a world-class wide player / world-class forward. I hadn't anticipated him being the forward when I saw that lineup. I expected Cody Gakpo to be the false 9 because that's where he played a lot of last season, and Luis Diaz to be the wide player. Actually, Slot flipped it on us and did it the other way around. And look, don't get me wrong, the first half wasn't easy. It was a tricky one. Leverkusen showed their quality. They were calm and composed on the ball, and they gave us a good game. But as soon as we went one goal ahead, and that actually what happened, we got the classic 1-2. We scored first goal, scored second goal in quick succession, and after that, it was very, very difficult for them because the game was taken away from them, and that was that. Yo, look at Jay, man. Jay's kind of
like Istanbul in the game.
Jay's that Istanbul, isn't it?
No, you know what I mean? It's like I'm like it's just a bit foggy around where I am. I'm not in Istanbul, boys. Don't worry.
I was gonna say,
Jay's already. Hey, that's
you know what? We were just talking about Liverpool, but before we switch gears to Arsenal or anything else, people in the comment section, please do let me know what you guys think about everything that we've discussed so far. Chelsea's game, Liverpool's game, Man United's game, and also we do have over 180 of you guys on all platforms, so please do like the video right now. It's absolutely free. It helps the channel massively, and I'm going to make sure I put the link to everyone's channels in the description. Jay, your team just lost today to Galatasaray. What did you think, bro?
We got absolutely battered, like proper. But you know, like one of those games when it's like a good old-fashioned battering. We've not been battered for a while, so I'm gonna stop outside the casino just to handle my losses. No, I'm joking. The game itself, you know what? Like we rotated the team a lot, we made a lot of changes, but we just we just like nowhere near good enough, really. Like
Osimhen 2 goals, yeah.
Yeah, man. But like the thing about giving Osimhen 2 goals is obviously Osimhen's a good player. You know what's funny, yeah, is that like the thing with Osimhen is he's it was one of the first times I've seen him against like an English defense and stuff like he played well. He looked a threat. He looked like if this guy came to the Premier League, he would eat. You know what I mean? That's how I felt watching it. Like it was like one of those moments where I was like, you know what? Actually, this guy would kick ass in the Premier League. You know, I know he was playing against Davies and Dragusin, but still, it was just really good movement, good energy. No excuses, really. Like we just, you know, we're not good enough to make like 5, 6, 7, 8 changes and go away to Galatasaray and win. Yeah, nothing really. You know,
who's this Lancashire guy?
Say again?
Who's Lancashire?
Lancashire, he's one of our kids. He's a 18-year-old kid that we got.
So what? He got? Did he get 2 yellows? I'm seeing here. Did he get?
Yeah, he scored a goal.
He scored the opening goal and then he got 2 yellows.
So,
how does that work out, bro? He's a striker. 2 yellows.
Yeah, man. He's
very physical.
Yeah, you got 2 yellows. Anyone can get a yellow.
But 2, I don't know, man.
I wanted to ask, did anybody watch that first goal?
Yeah.
What a goal.
Yeah. Great hit.
Like the Archie Gray thingy to was
the ball to Brennan Johnson was nice, wasn't it?
Quality. That was quality.
Yeah, but one thing I would just say is that we really we had not a lot of injuries, but we had a lot of attackers out today. So we had like no Odebear, no Richie. Obviously Son's half fit. Mikey Moore didn't go. Werner was injured, so we didn't have many attackers. Not much rotation, so that was a bit of an issue. But yeah, just wasn't good enough, really.
I hear it. I'm just gonna say this: Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. That's what everyone's saying in the comments. So that there is some truth to it. They went to Turkey, they got battered. And
hold on, 3-2. Come on.
No, but that scoreline was flattering. You know, you should have lost by more.
Well, then I appreciate my team for not disgracing me. Like now, when you lose by 1 goal, it makes everything look. Makes everything look a little bit better.
When Arsenal lose by 1 goal, it's the end of the world. That's the truth.
I feel like, but can you not make the argument? Yeah, if I'm being a little bit fair, one is currently in a phase the other one's trying to complete a phase. So
no, but one is facing
I mean,
Galatasaray away, the other one's facing Inter Milan away. Inter Milan away is a respectable side.
Yeah, that's always a respectable side. What are
When
you doing?
when you're one of the best teams in the world, you ain't going to get no quarter will be given or taken.
Okay, you guys take the shackles off. 1 second. You guys go ahead. I'll sit back. Inter Milan.
Just before you go, I just want to just clarify one thing. Spurs made 8 or 9 changes in this game versus Gala's first team and got outplayed in it. But on the flip side, Inter made 5 or 6 changes against you, and you went as strong as you possibly could. Now, I actually thought Arsenal played pretty well.
Jay, say that again. I didn't quite hear that. Say that again.
Inter made 5 or 6 changes against Arsenal. Yeah, they weren't worried. They were playing Mediterranean versus you.
Do you know how disrespectful that is, by the way, Igal? Yeah, that Inzaghi thought I can rest Barella against you. I can rest Bastoni. Bastoni, yeah, are probably top 3 defenders right now in the world. Yeah, I can rest them against this.
DeMarco, you take the knee. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I pissed off a lot of Arsenal fans yesterday, but the honest truth is, it's a narrow defeat. It's not.
Yeah, you were
a narrow defeat.
You're fine. Like, no, you play that same game 5 times, exactly the same game. You probably win a couple of them, maybe draw one, maybe lose. Like, it was an acceptable performance. Less acceptable result. Looks bad because you're not winning at the moment.
Yeah, it looks a lot worse because of the other results around it. For example, Bournemouth. Newcastle. It does look bad. Even the Liverpool draw makes everything else kind of look worse because of the fact that we've only won 1 game in our last 5.
Yeah.
And do you not? I feel like one thing that I always say, when you have like a cascade of results, even though you could make the argument you are playing well on some of them, it doesn't help you out. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you just need a shitty performance, but just a good end result to get you through that rut at times. But I think with Arsenal, I'll be honest, like against Inter, I feel like Inter obviously they started a bit bright. You then came back into the game essentially. Then obviously there was the penalty incident. Which again, I need to remember how bad it was again because I can't remember.
It's a bit soft, man, but it's a penalty in the eyes of the law. But
yeah, and then I felt like the thing about you guys was like you huffed, you puffed, but like it would just
blow the house down.
And Inter came and blew your house down, bro.
I really felt like Bissek really had Saka.
Oh, Bissek was the man of the match for me.
He had Saka, and he had Saka's like number in the second half. First half was a lot more competitive.
No. Let's not do that. Saka.
The first half. No, but I'm telling you, in the first half, Saka actually was a lot more competitive. You could actually see he was actually making stuff happen. But in the second half, Bissek in particular, because he was the one that was like obviously 1v1 him most of the time, unless because Darmian, I'll be honest, Darmian's a cone. Let's be realistic, guys. Like that's why he's on back. So
I don't know if Vader knows because of daylight savings. Maybe he's tripping out right now. But we're live and Vader is supposed to be here 23 minutes in. He's usually the one calling Jay out, but Jay's not even at home and he's still on stream. So big up to Jay. Hopefully Vader can join very soon. I'm just gonna say this. I think Man City have a bigger crisis on their hands than Arsenal right now, but everyone's still talking about Arsenal because we haven't won a league title in 20 years. Man City's won 4 on the bounce. So whatever they do wrong, they can kind of gloss over it with their recent success. Arsenal, Mikel Arteta has not been as successful as we've wanted Arsenal to be over the last couple of years. Arsenal have been nearly men for the last couple of years, and we are going to continue to have that tag until we do start delivering. But this performance with Inter Milan made me believe that we are not ready yet. Like for the longest time, I've been thinking this team is ready to compete on all fronts, ready to show something in the Champions League, ready to show something. And that performance showed me that, you know what, we just are lacking that just extra little bit of brilliance to get you over the line in these close games. And it's not that it's a striker. Martin Odegaard could potentially be that. Somebody else could come in and maybe be that spark. But we just, at this moment in time, if it's a close game, I don't feel as confident that we're going to break through. We need to get out of this rut because offensively, we're creating chances. The quality of chances you can ask, maybe they're not good enough. But Havertz, he had a chance. Saka didn't really what do you call it, connect as much as he usually does. Overall, I'm not gonna overanalyze it and say we were disgraceful, we lost to a shit team, Inter team. No, Inter is a good team. Put respect on their name. And I think even with the rotations, what do you call it, Jay? They were set up better than us tactically. They made things look easy. You know, have you ever watched a game where your team can't seem to get any passes around, and then the opponent seems to be able to cut you through like a nice
I was coached by
that was a tactical error in Arteta. They were playing a back three, and we were the ones looking defensive in the first half. Then second half, when we were attacking, they're like, you can't do nothing to us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
And once again, no one was in the middle. There's nobody occupying the middle space. Today, Tottenham, their second goal, you got Dominic Solanke basically tapping it in with a back heel. Nobody at Arsenal is in that space to even get an opportunity to score from.
But then why isn't Havertz there? Like, I'll ask you because, like, obviously, I'm just gonna say
Havertz is occupying a completely different space. He's rotating with the 10 throughout the game.
The wide players are not even looking for Havertz because all they want to seem to do is just want to cut in and get a shot off.
No, that's the opposite. They've been cutting in and crossing to nobody. We made 46 crosses in that game.
But that's the point I'm trying to make. So then, why isn't the 10 there? Why isn't even Havertz there, who's probably your number 9? Or even, I would argue, why is there no one that's crashing the box late? Or one of your other midfielders as well. And again, that's making me question.
I think it's on Arteta not playing Ethan or Odegaard. If Odegaard's ready to play him versus Chelsea. If Ethan is there, he's better than Trossard. Trossard is not good in the 10. We need to stop playing players out of position.
The thing is, though, you know this too, Egal. I don't think he trusts Ranieri.
Ranieri came on every single game and looked better.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's not trusting him, bro. What time did he bring him on against Inter, if I'm not mistaken? Was it like the 89th minute or like the 90th?
He brought him in the 80th minute, 10 minutes to go.
That's what I'm saying. So then the thing is, he believes right now, or he can only trust Ranieri right now to start maybe the last 10 minutes.
I think Trossard is the better super sub, and Ethan should start. And he should have started versus Newcastle. He should have started versus Brighton. Bournemouth. He should have started this whole time when Odegaard's been injured, because he actually takes the ball on the half turn and goes forward. Trossard, when he gets the ball in that position, he passes it back to the center back.
And I think
there was a clip going around. Cole Palmer in the position versus Wolves. Let's be honest, that was an amazing pass, but Leandro Trossard is never ever even considering turning from that position and making a pass. Where Ethan, Odegaard, they're going to do that. Cole Palmer, he's going to do that. You're never going to see Rashford do that. Rashford's just going to pass it back. There's certain players. Even Darwin Núñez wouldn't do that. There's names all over in all our teams. They wouldn't do that in that position. But why play them in that deeper role? Why put them in a situation where they have to play in tight spaces? It's not.
I would even make the argument. I don't know about you. I don't think Odegaard's gonna start against Chelsea. I feel like he'll come off the bench. I don't know if he's.
I need him to start, because if we play with Trossard,
you don't want to re-injure the guy, bro. Like that's just me being. If from a fan perspective,
no, he's been ready for a couple of weeks now.
All right, then I don't know why he didn't start then against Inter. Wouldn't Inter be the perfect
match fitness?
But again, this just comes down to like the beginning of the season, what we were all saying, man. Up front, I just still think you're a bit, man. But
what can we do now? We're here. We need to address what we have. We can't just keep going back.
Would you go for a striker in Jan?
I don't think we're gonna get Victor Gyökeres in January, and Benjamin Sesko might be available for 55 million. Do we get
he's not what you need. I don't think Sesko's
the question I ask you is: do we bring in a striker in January that can adjust to our system and can help us fire us over the line?
Did you read the article about Sesko from Sam Rockwell? The reason why he hesitated to come to your club
because he didn't know if he was going to start over Havertz.
And your club told him that you might not start
against your place.
You have to fight for your place, straight.
No, but that's how it should be.
No. I get the point, but I'm just saying.
Unless Benjamin Sesko turns into the next Ibrahimovic, I'm not going to regret that.
The thing is, like, I think the thing for me is like, okay, when I heard that about Sesko, I'm like, obviously alarm bells, but like, other than that, the only ones I can see right now is obviously Osimhen, which obviously I think he's going to be available for what, 50 million. Apparently, is the current price range that he's going to be going for. In January, it's like 50-60 million. So if you want to get him,
Osimhen in January.
Hey,
Yeah,
50 million for Osimhen.
you know what?
You lot.
Before we talk about Osimhen, let me just say this: we're still waiting on Vader. People, please do hit that like button. Jay seems to be home now, or at least settled.
A little bit settled. I'm from a slightly different vantage point than usual. You're getting a hint. You're getting a hint of sofa tonight, guys.
There you go. There you go.
Lovely.
There you go. Arteta basically vowed. He did a similar thing before the Liverpool game. He said, echoes what Jay said. The way we played tonight, the way we played tonight, the team can go to Chelsea and win.
Yeah, but the way Chelsea played against Liverpool, if they put in that performance against you, they could win.
All I will say, thank you for giving Maresca's pre-match what's it called, team meeting. That's all he has to show.
Are you confident in this one?
But I said we're gonna draw. I said we're gonna.
You're not confident, so you're not confident then.
No, but I said no. It's not me to be. That's not me confident. Not confident.
You're predicting a draw.
Yeah, because that's what we did last season, and I think we're probably in a similar position to what happened last season. So I think it's still going to be a draw.
Don't you think you're a better team than last season?
Yeah, but at the same time,
you think Arsenal's worse?
Yeah, but that was the same as last season. It was the opposite. You are a lot more better. You are high flying and everything like that. We were coming off a really bad period at the start of the season under Poch, and we came and met and we ended 2-2. So I think it's almost now slightly opposite. But I think that's why for me it's probably going to end in a draw, in my personal opinion.
Okay. My thing on this, just really quickly, is that and I keep on repeating this on different streams that I'm on at the moment. As a Spurs fan, going into this game, knowing that whichever team, like if you draw, we're above both of you. If one of you lose, we're above the team that loses. Yeah, this is really big for me because both of these clubs and fan bases have been calling my team rubbish this season. Both of these teams have
asked me. It's a moral victory, regardless.
It's a very small victory, and I don't even envisage that. I'm pretty sure we don't finish above Arsenal. We'll see what happens with Chelsea because I feel they're playing. Their first team is playing once a week, and it's something that's going under the radar. They're rotating their team fully for the second game. They're not playing in two competitions; it's one comp. So we'll see how that goes. But for me, this is a really big game for both sides. It's arguably one that neither side can afford to lose, because Chelsea have lost most of their big games this season. Like they lost to City, obviously. I know they drew, but they're
kind of flat track bullies.
They couldn't beat United. Obviously they lost to Liverpool. So this is a game at home. It's a quarter of the way through the season. I think Chelsea fans are entitled to expect that they can do something in this game. Also on the flip side, Arsenal, was it one draw in the last 4 games? I think that's what Arsenal have done. One draw in the last 3, two losses. I don't see either team being able to afford a loss here, but both teams need a win.
Yeah, I think whoever wins is a big.
Let me just say this before we go on to predictions and everything. Ahmed and I are going to keep our predictions to ourselves for tomorrow's video, hopefully. But I would love to get your predictions, guys. And also, we have over 155 people in the chat. How do we only have 40 likes? Guys, do me a favor. There's a thumbs up button on the video, on your phone, even on your TV. Take a second of your time, please, and do hit that like button because it helps the channel out massively. You guys don't understand. It helps out the channel so much that people look at these numbers and they determine if they want to work with your channel or not. I recently had a sponsor reach out and say to me, "Oh, I like your channel, but your likes are not good enough. So please help me out and make sure we can get more likes. So these people next time they'll actually consider me instead of just looking aside." Right? As for the game itself, let's talk about it. I think Chelsea are a better team offensively. I still think Chelsea can be got at defensively, and their goalkeeper is susceptible to a lot of mistakes. I think throughout a 90-minute match, I do back Arsenal to be better than Chelsea defensively. I do back Chelsea to be better than us offensively. We're gonna have to see which side of the coin is weaker. Is Chelsea's defense weaker than our attack? And can we get at their defense? Because if we go up early versus Chelsea, we win the game. If Chelsea take a lead, we do not go to Stamford Bridge and come back from a deficit and go on to win the game. We tend to lose or draw games that we face an early goal against.
Concede
so
first.
That the number one game plan is to not concede first and to try to come out of the first half with a lead, so we have something to build on in the second half. If Chelsea score 2 goals on us or one goal like they did last year, at best I would expect is a draw. But I do think we will win. I'm expecting a big performance. And history shows when Arsenal are going through a tough patch, Chelsea seem to be the person who brings back the good vibes. Example, Exhibit A, 2020. We were losing a bunch of games, drawing a bunch of games, bad streak. Chelsea comes along, 3-1 win. 2022, losing a bunch of games in a row. Chelsea comes along, 4-2 win. Eddie Nketiah brace at the bridge. 2023. 3 draws in the bounce, a loss to Man City. Title race seems to be over, but good vibes are back. We beat Chelsea 3-1.
Gal's done his homework, man. and
then today, a draw, a win, 2 losses, and now we're back to Chelsea. Hopefully, once again, we win.
Gal,
and more than
you have a lot of free time, right? You have a lot of free time. What is going on with his? What is going on with his research? What is going on with his research about your historic Chelsea results and your like good vibes return and all this kind of stuff? Come on, man.
Listen,
I'm here for it.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna see all these things on social media. You're not. So if you follow me, maybe you'll see it. I don't do this for Liverpool. I don't go back to 2021 and think Liverpool have had these bad vibes against so and so. This is now I'm going to change, or bad or good vibes or whatever. This is not. Has anyone else done this?
I would just make the argument that I think context is a bit key. In that 2020 that you showed, the December one, yeah, that was under. I think if I'm not mistaken, that was under Lampard, and that was actually the season. I think a game later, like a week later, he got sacked after the Leicester performance, if I'm not mistaken.
You should thank us.
So, and then we went on to win the UCL season. So, a little bit of context is key in that one. Then
but you should thank us. Chelsea would have never won the UCL or the last league title.
I'm not saying thank you because he was already like
Chelsea or Arsenal. Thank you for their last league title and their last Champions League.
I wouldn't say thank you to that because
defeat to Arsenal.
No, because we had previous defeats before Arsenal. We went through that really, really bad end of November, beginning of December period. So you guys are also like one of the guys that defeated us along the way. I think 2022. When was that? I can't remember what season.
Eddie Nketiah brace at the bridge, holding the
flag. No. I remember that one, but I can't remember if that was I think that was Tuchel's actual first full season. And that was also the season, guys. We were literally, bankrupt, no fans allowed, only season ticket holders. So again, first Real Madrid. I feel like we're not adding enough context.
Bankrupt FC. I remember bankrupt FC.
Bankrupt FC.
Chelsea fans have all these taxes.
Those last two, the only one,
in the UK and American government,
and then the free one that you're talking about, of course. I remember that one. I was talking about Madueke scored, if I'm not mistaken, to you. Bro, we finished off that season. That was the free results. The free results that you've shown us when we were in bad periods. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look, do you know what though? You're in a good period now, yeah. And I feel like the pressure's on Chelsea to win now. I feel like you must.
Nah,
I don't. The last couple of games, bro. The last couple of games that you've come against Arsenal, you have not showed up. So I feel like it's time for you to turn up now.
I get that, but last season I think we did that. I think last season when we were not expected to show up, we did kind of show up last season. It was due to two poor mistakes. Obviously one from Sanchez, which allowed Rice to score, and then I can't remember the other. I think it was Trossard that scored the equalizer at the bridge, if I'm not mistaken, too. So
I think can you get it over the line this time? Because you've been putting in those good performances, whereas now your team's in a good position. You've improved. You've signed some good players. You've got a good manager in. What's to stop you now?
I feel like there definitely is a need for performance after what happened at Manchester United. I agree with that. I think for me, we need to actually come out and show up in the sense that the last game against United was unacceptable, and I want to see a better performance for sure. So I want to be seeing that performance, and at least we need to get something from this game. Whether we like or not, we need to get something from this game because we lost points last game, so we need to get some points on board definitely this game. So I agree with that too.
Why do Chelsea need to say thank you to Arsenal for winning the Champions League? I want to know that one, please.
They don't have a win in the Champions League.
No. You said they should thank you for winning them winning the Champions League.
Yeah,
Chelsea
because
winning.
Arsenal beat Chelsea under Antonio Conte. They then went to a back three and then went on to go win the league. Arsenal beat Chelsea. They went on to sack Lampard, bring in Thomas Tuchel.
We didn't sack him after you, though.
Thomas Tuchel went on to go win the league.
No,
and both of
he's going back more than a season. He's going back more than a season to say that I may be wrong. Because you beat them, they went to a back three. Therefore you got Thomas Tuchel, and then Thomas Tuchel.
No.
Those are
two different things. They went on to win the league.
3 separate seasons.
1 second, they went on to win the league because of us, and they went on, which I don't like, and they went on to go win on the Champions League because they sacked their manager, and we kept Arteta, and they ended up sacking their manager, switching their whole system. They became one of the best.
Did they sack the manager because of Arsenal?
And they went on to go win the league.
No,
fair enough.
We sacked him because of Leicester City.
Long story short, I need to know Rak and M's predictions for the game itself, as me and Ahmed are going to give our predictions tomorrow on the weekend preview.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah, go ahead.
After you, brother. After you.
Yeah, I'm like Ahmed said, it's going to be a close game. I think there's probably be like one goal in it between you two, like 2-1 or maybe like a 3-2. But I'm going to put some pressure on Chelsea. I expect them to put in a performance and try and get this one over the line. So I'll go 3-2.
All right. What are you saying? What are you saying, Rak?
So I predict.
I'm ignoring that, by the way.
I predict it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and I predict that because of this 1-1 draw, Ahmed's team are going to get top 4, and therefore,
next season, they're going to win the treble.
That's what we're talking about, man. There we go, man. Hey, we need that, man.
This is what I predict. So 3 seasons down the line, we'll see what happens, and therefore, you're going to have to thank Ahmed for that 1-1 draw.
There we go, man.
So are you saying Arteta's going to get sacked?
I don't know. I'm just saying you have to say thank you. Just say thank you. You can say thank you.
There is such thing as a butterfly effect, and that game versus Chelsea started Project Youth at Arsenal again. And for Chelsea, it started sack Lampard and win the Champions League. So both teams improved massively off the back of that result.
So, okay, 1 minute. So therefore, you should.
Ahmed's looking at me like, "What the fuck did you do?"
Ahmed, you should. Igal, you should also say thank you to Ahmed. Igal, you can do it right now. Say thank you to Ahmed for that.
Thank you, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll thank you on the weekend after we beat you.
All right, there you go.
All right. Let's go to the before we do anything else. Quickly, who are you playing this weekend?
I think we have Leicester at home.
Leicester.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna batter them.
Sunday, 2:00. Yeah, Leicester at home.
What are you saying? You're gonna batter Leicester?
Well, we played them in the League Cup, so
you destroyed them.
Yeah, but they didn't come with like.
Is this gonna be Amron's first game?
No, I don't think it is. I think Ipswich is his first game.
It's after international break, but he's coming.
Yeah.
He's coming after.
All right. So what are we saying?
I'm predicting a win. We're at home. So yeah, I'm predicting a win. Hopefully he starts Amad off that right, because I'm sick and tired of seeing Garnacho and Rashford. I'd like to see Amad come into this team a little bit more. But yeah, predicting a win at home. I'm going to go 3-1 win, Man United.
I would think you guys eventually are going to start keeping clean sheets. So maybe this can be the game, but you don't back your team to get a clean sheet.
Well, we've got a clean sheet today, but it's not it. I need to see my team getting clean sheets in the Premier League. You saw it against Chelsea. We went ahead, and then 5-10 minutes later we can see the goal. I feel like that's the story of our lives at the moment. We can't seem to see our results unless we get like 2 goals. That 1-0. Whenever we do go that 1 goal ahead, we always concede. Like literally like a few minutes after. But defensively, we are looking more solid compared to when Ten Hag was there. I think Rouge just set them up better in that midfield, especially with Casemiro and Agate. So maybe you're right. I don't see us conceding more than 1, but who knows with this club? Nothing surprises me anymore. I just can't wait for this manager to come in, man, because rude ball is not what we need right now. I'm not saying he's a bad manager
Almiron
or a
looks
bad
good.
coach.
And we're going to talk about Almiron's performance versus Man City. But Rack, don't go nowhere. We need you. Get back here. Aston Villa. Aston Villa. You got this weekend. Give me your prediction quickly.
Look, we're playing well right now. We're definitely coming off a very, very, very good result. Don't get me wrong, Leverkusen, they played really well in the first half especially. They gave us a tough game. But as soon as we hit them with the 1-2, those 2 goals knocked the stuffing out of them. And I think at that point, it was just a question of how many goals we could get. And it's definitely the best performance of the season for us. So we're going into the Villa game, especially we're playing at home. Confidence can't be any higher, really. And I expect us to get the job done against Villa. Listen, Anarchy is saying 3-0. I'll go with Anarchy, 3-0.
3-0. Fair. If you guys beat Aston Villa 3-0 convincingly,
they're not looking good, I'll be honest. The small squad size is starting to hurt Villa. I said this before. Small squad size, it's tough, especially when you can't compete with the top 6 in terms of the way they can expand their size of the money they have. Very tough.
Rack, I was going to say as well, the thing with Liverpool, how can I say this? It's you literally blow away teams with 10 minutes of good football, if that makes any sense.
It's the 2 quick goals. We've seen it in the last couple of games. Those 2 quick goals. I think when we're playing teams for whatever, that second goal, once we get that second goal, it becomes difficult because I think, don't get me wrong, there are times when we're 1 goal up and teams are still playing well necessarily against us. But because we've had a pretty decent defense this season, I think teams fancy their chance of maybe getting a single goal. But getting 2 goals against us, I haven't done the maths, but I don't think there are many teams that have scored 2 goals against us. What was the score against Arsenal? Was it
Arsenal 2-2?
2-2. So I think are Arsenal the only team that we've conceded 2 goals against this season? Probably because we haven't conceded that many. We haven't conceded that many more goals in general. So maybe that's part of the reason.
Because as well, once that first goal goes in, teams kind of try and come out a bit more and pressure you a bit more, and then that leaves you more space for the counter attack, which you don't actually do.
All right, let's talk about Vader's team. As Vader ducked the whole video. Vader, I'm ashamed of you today. Vader, I am ashamed of you today. As somebody who says I don't hide from the smoke, there must be a really, really good reason why he's not here, guys. So unfortunately, Vader can't make it. But since he's not going to be able to make it, we're gonna be able to talk about Man City with a little bit of a more unbiased. We're gonna have to be a little bit more unbiased, which is very difficult for me. So you guys are gonna have to do that as much as you can. As for Man City, are they in a crisis, ladies and gentlemen? They've lost to Tottenham in the League Cup, they've lost to Bournemouth in the league, and they've lost to Sporting in the Champions League. 3 games on the bounce. Manchester City have not had a single win in all competitions. That is the first time Pep Guardiola has had this happen. I don't know in how long. 3 games. And I would say the last one, they were good in the first half, but second half, they got battered on the counter. And it was a terrible penalty from Holland, which ended up messing up their chances of getting a second goal to try to get back into the game. And yeah, overall, 3 very poor results. And you know what the most craziest thing of them all is? Apparently, Pep Guardiola is encouraging the Man City board not to sign any more players.
Right. Well, that's a bit mad. Do you reckon he knows something that we don't? Because I don't understand.
What was the
Man City journalist, Nobbins, who's a Man City fan, basically retweeted a Man City podcast where an inside a journalist in the know journalist said that Pep Guardiola is actually encouraging Man City not to sign anybody.
They definitely need a centre mid or a CDM.
Maybe he's got you know what it is here with what's it called, Pep. Sometimes, bro, there's this guy that he's training in the background. We've seen it before. They come into the team from the background, and then bang, it starts working. You know what I mean? We don't hear about him.
You want me to get the article for you? Let me show you.
No. I'm actually saying that there might be someone they're probably, getting ready in the background, whether it be like a young academy kid, something like that, to actually learn whatever needs to be learned for the system to work. But I think, the thing about City, guys, is that and we all know this. They go through this period where they start.
Yeah, they've done this before. There's nothing to be.
Yeah.
It's nothing to go
Exactly.
crazy about. They
That's
always.
the problem.
It's
But
crazy because they've set such high standards. As soon as they lose 3 games in a row, it's like, oh, is there?
they've done this. But they did this last season. No?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, they've done this. But they literally do this every season.
Every season, and like I think for me, although I think there's a good talking point because I remember I was speaking to Ozan Hussam's channel, and he made the point that I think barring like 6 players who are like literally starters for them, like who are actually part of that first 11, the rest of them actually 29 or older, like 29, 30 or older in the team, which is actually something quite interesting in the sense that if you are looking at the Man City team in the short to medium term, you know, they might need to start rebuilding a lot sooner in terms of like also the transfers that they've had, like some of the stuff that's not worked out for them. So I think if you want to talk about that aspect of stuff, fair enough.
And bro, you know what? Pep's just saying some weird stuff recently, man.
Let me read
exactly,
this.
bro.
Even like when he lost to Sporting,
Guardiola,
Dean Darren Saka. Oh, come on.
Pep Guardiola is not putting pressure on the Man City board to bolster the attack. He's
bro,
actually,
respectfully, Dean Darren Saka, it's like having a pinch of salt, man. You know what I mean? He's not. He's not reliable, bro. He's not reliable.
But Pep is saying some crazy stuff. Even after the Sporting game, he come out in a press conference and was like, "Yeah, like I'm not going anywhere. I enjoy the challenge. This is what I'm here for." And he kept repeating, like, "I'm not going to go anywhere. This is what I love."
You know what? Do you think it's because like people are questioning whether he's going to stay at the end of the season or not? Because I feel like that there is that thing also hovering above Man City. 100%. Is that brother going? Is he saying?
City fans don't even know, bro. I was chatting to Thingy in the chat. I was like,
I seen a City fan say they're finished this season. Like they believe they're not capable of doing it again. They're losing.
You know what I think? I think if there's the 3 most important players, I think most people will agree at City are KDB, Rodri, and Haaland.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can miss one of those, but if you miss 2, it becomes difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So if KDB comes back this weekend, next weekend, or whatever, he can make the difference, right? He's capable of making that difference. If he's not back, whilst he's not back, and you're just relying on Haaland, you haven't got any. Okay, Foden is potential. Bernardo Silva, they can both contribute potentially.
I think Bernardo Silva, right? Though the thing with Bernardo Silva is that I don't really see him anymore as a creator. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I feel I see him more as a scorer these days. These days he's a scorer.
You know what it is? I feel like I think for the last few seasons he's been looking for a way out. Not necessarily because he wants to kick up a fuss or whatever, but you know, how long has he been linked from a move away? Like there was talk
every season Barcelona, season Barcelona.
At least the past couple of seasons, he wants to go to Spain, and now he's over 30, if I remember correctly.
30 years old now, yeah.
So I feel like maybe he probably doesn't have that much longer in his City career left. He's been an exceptional servant for them in the time that he's been there, but so you start thinking about you're right about the transition. How is that transition going to go? Where are they going to get? Who are they looking for? And B, for the right now, if they haven't got Rodri and KDB, where are they getting enough creativity from Bernardo Silva and Foden, for example?
But the irony is,
this is why I call out Foden.
No, but even before you go
to
Foden,
there as well,
but even before you go, they've got Doku. No, but the thing is, they've got guys like Doku who should realistically.
You're not a fan of Grealish, no?
Before you get to Grealish,
Foden won Player of the Season. He's spoken about in the same.
Foden's not great, bro.
No, but Grealish hasn't had it. I don't think Grealish has had a consistent run of games. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but Grealish is not. Grealish is a big part player. Foden is supposed to be a level raiser.
Yeah, I get it, but I still think Grealish should get more games.
100 million. Grealish should be a level raiser.
Yeah, but you want to know something? That 100 million was poorly spent. He has been.
I think he's a top player again.
I don't think he's not been used. I don't think the system suits Grealish. I've always maintained that the style of play that he's been asked to play at Man City is not him. It's not his style of play, in my honest opinion. And then Foden, for me, I don't really feel like Foden is that type of creator that can replace what KDB can do for you, in my personal opinion. Because like when you see him, he's looking for that 1-2 sometimes, or like even his movement a lot of time, and he's looking to score. Like he's got more goals than probably assists for Man City. The guys that should be actually creative for them as of this period, realistically should be their wingers. Like I'm excluding Grealish and Fred from this equation, which is Savio and what's it called, Doku. The problem is, I think they brought a wrong person, Doku, because it was way too early in his career to be going to Man City. And I also believe that Pep cannot make use of certain players like Doku. That's what it is to me. Like these guys that can dribble, that can be 1v1 guys, and actually develop them into what he needs for the system as well.
All right, fair enough. I'm just gonna say they're playing Brighton this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if Man City drop points to Brighton.
No, they'll outscore Brighton. They'll outscore them. They'll probably do
Brighton looks really good versus Liverpool, and
Brighton's no joke, bro.
Listen, we beat Brighton 4-2, and the way you beat Brighton, you just outscore them, bro. You just gotta break that press.
Right now, Man City aren't outscoring Bournemouth, bro.
Yeah, for the first 45 minutes against Liverpool, they gave Liverpool a really good game.
And Kyle Walker looks finished, mate. They need to play Rico Lewis every game.
I think they'll beat Bournemouth. My hot take is
all right, guys, can we touch on Danny?
Their best attacker for the last couple weeks has been Gavardio. guys, their left back has been their best goal scorer.
Gavardio, man. He's shown his level now, man.
True. I don't know about best goal scorer. Haaland.
He scored 3 goals out of the last 4 games in the Premier League, rack.
Sure, but how many goals has Haaland got? He's still the top scorer in the Premier League.
Haaland hasn't scored in 1 second. Haaland hasn't scored. He scored 1 goal in 5. Gavardio in the same 5 games has scored 3.
What about in the whole season?
I'm not comparing the whole season. I'm talking about recent form.
You know ways of Haaland. Can we talk about Haaland a little bit, guys?
That's like me saying Arsenal's season has been one of the best attacks. No, we haven't.
My issue with Haaland, I'll repeat this again, yeah. Look, these games now, no one's able to create for you. You gotta find a way to get.
That's what we were saying. Remember the last show we were saying when he doesn't score, what does he offer? I was like, on the balls, Zlatan's a better baller. Everyone was like, Haaland is a machine. Haaland was that.
A clinical threat. A clinical threat at any time. He's like that guy who has what do you call it? That one move when you play with him at the football yard, and he knows that one move will work, but everything else he can't do. Erling Haaland is not that guy. Erling Haaland is an all-around finisher, but he's one major thing that he does for Man City. You give him one chance, game done. But lately, teams have been neutralizing, giving him those chances. They've done a good job asking everybody else to do it. And when Man City have a team pinned in the box, really and truly, there's no space for him to get the ball. The place where he gets the ball the most is when Man City have space in behind and they give it to him to run onto the goal, or when there's so much space and that they play through a team and give it as a cutback. You really and truly, when Man City are going for a goal and they have all 11 men in the box, in the other team's half, Erling Haaland has the least space at that moment in time.
Whoa. Rodney, friend, did you just say Haaland's better than Henry, bro?
Haaland's a better finisher than Henry. He's not a better
all-round. Do you know why I always maintain? I think Haaland is a clinical striker, but he's not a complete striker.
I would even say he's a better finisher than Henry, bro. Would you really say he's a better finisher than Henry? Bro, that goal that Henry scored against Man United, where the little dinked it up, turned, volley, top corner, Haaland can never do that.
I think Henry is a better goal scorer in the sense that he has different regimen of goals.
Sorry. Yeah, no, I think, but that's a bit of magic, a bit of creativity, a bit of fantasy that Haaland doesn't have. Absolutely, I 100%. As a rounded striker, as Ahmed said, as a complete 360 striker. I don't think anyone saying that Haaland is better than Henry. But if you give Haaland 100 one-on-ones and you give Henry 100 one-on-ones, I think Haaland scores more one-on-ones, for example.
Yeah, but I think if you give Henry more, there's things that Henry
if you give Henry more shots on goal from any location, he scores more than Haaland. Yeah. I agree. This is why I say Henry as an all-round player, all that kind of stuff. He can create, he can score, he can do. Haaland is a pure finisher. In terms of pure finishing, maybe he could score, and I'm saying maybe he could score more than Henry if you gave him 100 shots from any particular location. But I think most people would probably pick Henry, at least at this stage of his career.
All right. So quickly, once again, Man City, Brighton, Man City. I'm gonna go with a cheeky 1-1 draw, bro. What you guys saying?
Who?
1-1 draw between Brighton, Man City.
I think. Listen, I think it'll be a high scoring game. I think it'll be 3-2 Man City, in my personal opinion.
All right. What are you saying, Rack?
I was going to go with a draw. I was going to say 1-1 as well. So I'll stick with 1-1.
All right. What you said, M?
Yeah, Desmond 2-2 draw, man. I think Brighton at home, they've got something to prove, especially after that last performance. So yeah, I'm expecting them to come through. City are not in the best of form, so yeah, I can see Brighton being up for it.
Fair enough. We're going to wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. We're going to be doing a Chelsea preview tomorrow at, what time did I say? 9 o'clock or 8:30? Or 8:30. Yeah, we're going to do it at 8:30. And then Lewis and myself are also going to do a video at 1:30 on Saturday. So we got 2 Chelsea previews coming up. And then the vibes from the 6 this week is going to be, what? Should we do it at 9 o'clock? You guys free at 9 on Sunday?
Yeah, we'll probably do it then. That's perfect.
9 o'clock on Sunday. And yeah, hope that's the weekend schedule for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you guys in the next one. Please do hit the like button on the way out if you guys haven't already done so. As I can see, there's a lot of you guys who are being freeloaders and haven't hit the like button. It's absolutely free. Just do it. It doesn't cost a penny. As for now, I'm out of here. Check out Bridge Nation. You got a video coming up, bro?
Obviously, my Friday, probably the Friday or Saturday, I'll do my preview for the game. So make sure to tune in.
And what about yourself, You got a video coming up?
Yeah, Friday tomorrow we're gonna do like a weekend preview of all the games, and then probably we got to watch along for the Chelsea Arsenal game, and then yeah, show on Sunday.
And Rock, you're busy at work, right?
Always busy at work, but always free on Twitter.
All right, hey. Have a good one. We're out of here. That's
I just came up with that on the fly, so I can't do better.
Anyways, we're out of here, people. You catch you guys in the next one. Love.